wouldn't be surprised if they don't have access. I know some machines may not have internet access depending on which one you're logging into, such as one of the Linux operating systems. But just show me which one if you're having an issue with it, show it to me.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it was set up that way.
Okay. I just wanted to like mess around with some YouTube videos and see if I can like do some like ping tests and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I like to use the first lab to play around with anything. If you use exploring the lab environment, you should be able to do most of the different cool stuff that we've been talking about in class.
Gotcha.
All right, man. So if we don't have any questions, I don't want to keep us up too late. So Dami, I'm going to give you the show. All right, Dami's going to run through a lab for us, y'all. Like I said, each and every Thursday, we're running through different labs. We're talking about different topics. All right, this is Cyber Thursday. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being on time. Let's go ahead and run through this. Dami, I'll be here to piggyback and explain things as you're going through it.
All right, cool. So this lab, we're going to be configuring identity and access management. It's a bunch of labs just put in one. So we're going to be working with group policies. We're going to be using Active Directory. We're going to be creating certificates. I don't know how far along you guys are, but we're going to be doing that, interacting with the CAs and all that. So let's get into it. So first, we're going to be modifying the security policy. So we're going to log in to our virtual machine here. I'm going to put in the password.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me do something. There you go. Here, you can reshare it.
All right, cool. All right, so you log in. The first thing you see is your server manager, and that's it has access to literally everything that we need. So from there, we're going to go to tools. Group policy management.
Remember, y'all, the server manager is how we control the features on our server. This is going to take a while to load. Yeah.
All right, there we go. So we're going to be editing the policies in both of these directories right here. So this is what we're going to be modifying right here. We're going to be changing the password time, the length, the password history, all that. So first, we're going to start with the default main policy, which is right here. And all right, you click right here, give us more information. Computer configurations.
And y'all, while he's going through this, all right, the last few classes, especially today, we've been talking about IAM, Identity and Access Management. We've been talking about AAA. It's how we use to govern IAM, right? We can use it to govern authentication based off of authentication services, authorizing what people can and can't do, and accounting. So this here, this group policy, GPO, group policy management tool that he's using, we could use this to manage permissions, right? What you are authorized and are not authorized to do. Okay, we could use that to do that. An Active Directory, right, which is in the background here, is one of the authentication servers we haven't talked about, but it is an authentication server, right? It's a directory server, I'm sorry. It's an authentication service we haven't talked about.
Yep. So this is what we're going to use to, manage the password policy and the account policies. So here, yep, it's really simple. So based off of this, we're going to use this to modify what needs to be modified. So for right here, it says to enforce the password history, which is going to be 20, which says it right here, users may not reuse the last 20 passwords, and that's the password history. 20. And then next is the maximum password age, which is 60. So it has to be changed every 60 days. Then we're gonna go to the minimum password age. I believe we keep this the same. Yep. And then the password length, the minimum is 12 characters.
Good job, man.
All right. Enabled. Okay, yeah. All right, that's it with that. So next, we're gonna move on to the account lockout policy, which is right underneath it. We have the account lockout duration.
Hey, y'all, quick question. What's a type of password attack, or what is one type of password attack we could stop with this feature right here, this lockout feature?
Brute force attack.
A hybrid.
Brute force, I heard brute force, I heard hybrid.
And dictionary attack.
And dictionary, good job. Right.
All right, so we're gonna do the lockout duration. We're gonna make this 10 minutes. You're gonna be locked out for 10 minutes. Okay. And then next is the threshold. So you have literally 3 tries. We're gonna put it at 3. Yeah, 3 tries to get in. All right.
And we were literally just talking about that, y'all.
This is pretty dope. I didn't know it was this easy on the
Yep.
back end, how people set it up. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. And so my question is, Toby, right? So we're using the Active Directory, right? I'm sure there has to be like a main console that is going to be, I guess, used to send it to, I don't know, each computer, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, my man, you're right. So Active Directory is so all these policies that you're setting up, we're pulling this from Active Directory. We're pulling this from the GPOs, and all that is reaching the other computers through the LDAP protocol, right? And other directory services that come with AD. Okay, but most of these are getting pushed through with those other directory services and the protocols they come with, including LDAP. Okay, so when your computers, right, let's say you set up this new policy right now and you logged into your computer and you wanted to pull these new policies up that you're creating, you would just type GPU update, right? And your computer would reach out to your directory services, to your directory server to get the new policies, right? But obviously you would need to have a port open to communicate with your directory server. You would need to have access, right? Your system would need to have access back and forth, right? The firewall rules to open up that port, right? All that networking stuff comes into play, even when we're talking about simply using LDAP to communicate to our Active Directory server. I like the way you're thinking, man.
Cool. All right, so we're done with that. Next, we're gonna move up to the 515 support domain policy, which is also right here.
Remember, y'all, he's looking at domains now. Remember, we talked about domains. They're like little networks. Well, they are other different networks.
Windows, security settings. It's pretty easy. Same thing. What we about to go up to? Local policies and then security options. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do right here is disable guest accounts. So we're gonna look for accounts, guest account, status, double click it. We're gonna disable this. All right, press OK. Now we're gonna go down to here, do not display last username. And that's under interactive login, do not display last username. we're actually going to enable this one. All right, next is the message text for users attempting to log in. So we're going to leave a message for anyone who is about to log into our system.
Yo, all he's doing now, he's setting up the way he wants his IAM features to work in his organization, how he wants his identity and access management servers, his roles, how people are authenticating, right? Their passwords. What factor of authentication are those passwords? And we have 5 factors. Which one are the passwords?
Something you know.
Something you know, right? Right. That is something you know. So he's creating, he's literally doing it right here in front of you. How he wants people to use their passwords, how he wants them to authenticate, the password length, the complexity. He's trying to prevent brute force attacks. He's trying to prevent dictionary attacks inside of these policies as well. Okay, he is setting up his IAM services right now.
All right. So for everyone that's going to be logging in, there's going to be a message text from, and the message text is going to be authorized use only. Exclamation mark. All right, cool. And then we're also going to leave a message title, well, just the title, I guess. And that's going to be warning, which is fine right here. So I'm guessing, right, Toby, like this is literally for, as anybody's logging in, right, it's literally going to give them the sign that says, you know, warning. And I guess if they progress, it's going to then go to, you know, and say authorized use only, correct?
Yes. Good job.
All right, cool. Wrong one. All right, now that was it for that. That was easy, simple, fast. All right, so next we're gonna go into our PowerShell to basically run an update on a GPO.
There it is right there. It's fine. And this becomes faster with muscle memory. So if this is all you, well, if this is part of your daily task or part of your task at work, you become really faster at this, right? Because you're using the same commands over and over and over. You're not doing anything different. Obviously, you would be doing things different, but you get used to these. It becomes muscle memory.
All right, now we're gonna put in the script. Updating policy. All right, now
Right.
the computer policy has been updated.
Right. This computer that he's on right now, it just reached out to, I believe that was your domain controller or your Active Directory server that you were on before. It reached out to his directory server to get the new policies that we just watched him create. It just updated it. Good job, man.
All right. So this one I try to understand, right? So this script right here, it's meant to create, it's meant to run a report, but I don't know why it's not going. All right.
There you
So
go.
yeah, but okay. So it creates like
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's, you told it where to put it with this command. You told it to put it on your desktop.
All right, because I was wondering, because I thought like it would like just give me the report like right within.
So this right here is a HTML file. It's going to open up in a web browser for you. And when you double click it.
All right, that makes sense.
Good job, man.
All right, so now we're just gonna confirm that the file exists, which is right here.
My bad.
All right, we're good to go.
Any questions so far, class? Anybody have any questions on what we're doing? If you have any questions on YouTube, please let me know. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, y'all. Do me a favor, if you like what we're doing, smash the like button for us. We really appreciate it. It helps us get these learning topics, what we're learning here, helps us get it around the world and other YouTubers.
All right. So moving on to the next one, we're about to manage window permissions. So we're going to be setting permissions and privileges and all that. So first, what we're going to do is create folders in the C drive. So we're going to go to our folders right here. All right, click on our C drive. Now we're going to create two folders. We're going to create the sales data folder and then the IT data folder. New folder. All right, now we're going to do that again. IT data. All right, cool. All right, now it's just going to check it for us. All right. So while I was doing that, we have a scenario here. It says, a help desk ticket forwarded to you states that Bobby should be a member of the sales group and that the sales group needs the modify permission to the sales data folder. So all it's saying is that we have to make sure that Bobby is a member of the sales group. And first, in order to do that, we got to use our Active Directory in order to put Bobby into that sales group. So we're going to go to our server management. Where is this? All right, tools, Active Directory, users and computers.
All right, Active Directory, y'all, if you're not familiar with it, all right, we're just in week 2. Okay, we haven't gone into Active Directory just yet, but it is a server, all right? It's actually a service on a server, which is why we call it an Active Directory server. But it isn't a server or a service that stores all of your objects, right? We've learned about objects, users, computers. Okay, this is a list of different objects, users, computers, groups, things that are trying to access things on our domain, on our network. Right? They're trying to get access to other resources on our domain. So we can manage them, those users, such as Telvin, Dami, Kareem. I can create user accounts here for you. I can give you all permissions to your accounts. I can put you in groups to better organize your accounts and your permissions. But that is some of the features or some of the reasons we would use Active Directory is to manage the objects on our domain.
So here we about to put Bobby into the sales group. So we're going to click on him. Crap. There we go. All right, check the members. Bobby's not there. We're going to add him. Check names. Okay. All right, so Bobby is now a member of the sales group.
Good job, man.
All right. Okay. So now it's going to check to make sure that we did that right. All right, cool. So now we're going to modify the permissions on the sales group. So we got to go back to our folder right here. We'll click on sales data. It's a right click on them. Click on properties. Then we're going to go to security. We're going to click on edit, add. We're going to put sales right in here.
All right, he's adding a group, right, to be able to access, do something, right? Authorize them to do something, right? Based off of these, he can give them full control. He can give them just read and write, or just read or just write permissions, right? He's giving them permissions right now based off of the group they are in.
Yep. So this is the group we just created, the sales 515 support sales right here. So now we're going to give them the ability to modify things. So we're just going to allow this right here. Click on it. It's checked. We're good to go. Click over here to make sure it's going to check it for us. All right, cool. So now we have another scenario here. A help desk ticket forwarded to you states that Sam should be explicitly denied access to the IT data folder. Configure the explicit deny permission. All right, so we are going to be explicitly denying Sam access. We're going to do it the same way. Right click, properties, security, edit. But now we're about to put Sam in there. Check names. All right, this is Sam right here that we just created. Now we're going to explicitly deny him of everything. So he can't do nothing.
See what he's doing, y'all? He is setting, is it Sam? He's
Yeah.
setting Sam's permissions. Right? He is telling Sam, or he's dictating what Sam's accounts can and cannot do, what it is authorized and what it is not authorized to do. This is part of our AAA services, which is one of the things we use to govern and implement identity and access management. All right. Now, y'all, this is just a snippet of how we can manage access controls. There are a variety of different features on the Windows operating system that we can use to manage access controls. We haven't even gotten into the Linux side of things, right? Because these are two different operating systems.
Yeah.
You still want to manage your permissions on Linux the same way you would do on a Windows operating system, right? You want to make sure that you give out the least privileges available to your users, your objects, accessing your resources. But we won't get into the Linux one right now, just for the sake of time. I really want to keep these Cyber Thursdays videos short to encourage more people to watch them. But before we end, does anybody have any questions, including the folks on YouTube? Thank you for hitting the like button. I really do appreciate it. Anybody else who's tuning into these videos, if you do see it, please, just the least we ask for, if you like what we're doing here, if you want us to see us do it more, all right, if you have things that you do want us to see, leave us a comment, smash the like button, and we don't have a problem getting down and dirty with security tools, topics, and having fun with it. So Telvin, Pete, Kareem, Jared, Dami, Cedric, anybody have any questions for us before we call it a night? Questions are good. Questions are great. We always welcome them.
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say thank you to Dami. That was very helpful. So I'm about to go back and try that lab out now. But it definitely made it much more easier, and things are starting to become easier to understand as well.
What's up, man? Thank you, Dami.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me.
And y'all, if you ever want to tag team it with Dami, if you want to help him out, if the class wants to do one together and I guide you just the way, we may even have Dami guide you. If you want to do it, let us know. Speak up, step up. The only way you're going to get better at this field is if you try. Right? Once you start trying, you start figuring out the right questions to ask. And you don't know what questions to ask if you don't try. Like, you have to try. You have to run into those issues. You have to run into those hurdles. And then you'll say, hey, how do I jump higher? How do I jump lower? But you won't know the possibilities until you try. Okay. So Dami, thank you for that. Everybody, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, y'all, hit me up on Discord. You all are on there. Okay, hit me up on the Discord server. I will respond. I will get back to you. Other than that, I'll see you all on next Thursday. Those in class, I'll see you tomorrow on Monday. And YouTube, look, if you're trying to get Security Plus certified, if you want to learn a new skill set like all these folks are doing here, please sign up for our next class starting in June. Our next Security Fundamentals course, 10-week course, Monday through Thursday, where we are learning the different tools, concepts of security. All right, we're not just getting Security Plus certified. We're learning how to apply these things, how to use them, how to articulate it. Okay, we are learning how to breathe and live security. So other than that, I will catch you all next Thursday. Class, I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Give your loved ones a kiss. Give them a hug. And have fun, y'all. Have fun. Thanks again, Donnie.